वन्दनमु रघुनन्दना वन्दनमु रघुनन्दना सेतुवन्दना भक्तचन्दना रमा वन्दनमु रघुनन्दना सेतुवन्दना भक्तचन्दना रमा वन्दनमु रघुनन्दना वेगरा करुणा सागरा वेगरा करुणा सागरा वेगरा करुणा सागरा श्री त्यागराज व्यागरा रमा वेगरा करुणा सागरा श्री त्यागराज व्यागरा रमा वन्दनमु रघुनन्दना. Namaskaram. This post is about a soothing yet vakra ragam called Sahana. Whenever I listen to Sahana, I imagine it would be fitting for someone to sit on an easy chair, one leg folded over the other, hands folded behind your head, eyes half closed and casually nodding, listening to this beautiful ragam. As I said earlier, Sahana is a vakra ragam, meaning the arohanam avarohanam is zigzag, which is why, although it contains all the 7 notes, it is not considered a parent raga either in the Kattapayadi or the Asampurna Melakarta system. Sahana is a Janya ragam of the 28th Melakarta Harikamboji. Sarigamapamadanisa Sanidapamagamarigarisa. Apart from the phrases that are sung in the Arohanam Avarohanam, there are other unique phrases to this ragam, which is why this ragam is mostly phrase oriented and it can also be called a Rakti ragam with high melodic scope. It is interesting to note that the Gandharam in this ragam is unique and it is sung slightly higher than the Sadharana Gandharam but below the Antara Gandharam in certain phrases, thereby earning the name Trishanku Gandharam for this particular note. The Hindustani system also has a ragam called Sahana. However, in my opinion, it sounds very different from the treatment that we give to Sahana in Carnatic music. If we look at the Carnatic compositions that have been composed in this ragam, we have a Varnam Karunimpa by Thiruvettriyur Tyagayar. Tyagarajar himself has composed over 9 compositions in this ragam, right from the very small Sri Rama Sri Rama or Vandanamu Raghunandana, Giri Pai, Raghupate Rama, and from the Kovur Pancharatnam E Vasudha, and so on. Muthuswami Dikshitar, in his group compositions, has composed both the 7th Avarnam of the Kamalambika Navavarnam, which is Shri Kamalambikayam, and the 7th Avarnam of the Abhayamba Navavarnam, which is Abhayambayam, in the ragam Sahana. Other Carnatic compositions include Jaya Jaya Raghurama by Swati Tirunal, Manamukha Valanu Talli by Harikeshnalur Mutya Bhagavathar, Shri Vatapi Ganapatiye, and Chittam Miranga Adadenaya by Papanasam Shivan, Rama Ikanannu by Patnam Subramanya Iyer. There is a Tamil composition of MDR which I found, which begins Velavane Unakku, a composition of Periyasamy Thuran on Kanchi Mahaperiyava that begins Enna Perum Tavam Yam Seiden Ariyenu, another composition of Vedanayakam Pillai, Eppadiyum Parame. There is a song that begins Sari Evare Ma Janaki, not to be confused with Sari Evare Sri Janaki, which is in the ragam Sri Ranjani by Tyagarajar, but this song, Sari Evare Ma Janaki, is set in Sahana. The last line of the Charanam goes like this: Tirupati Pura Varada Venkatesha, which is why I'm slightly doubtful as to whose composition it could be, because it could also be Tirupati Narayana Swami, and some places it is mentioned as Patnam Subramanya Iyer because of Venkatesha. I would like to sing a few lines from Harikesh Nallur Mutya Bhagavatar's Manamuka Valanu Talli right now. Manamuka Valanu Talli, 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 Mahishasuramardini Abhimanamuka Valanu Talli, Mahishasuramardini Abhimanamuka Valanu Talli, Mahishasuramardini Abhimanamuka Valanu Talli. Before moving on to the usage of Sahana in movies, I would like to talk about a couple of well-known title songs from TV serials that we might have seen play regularly in our TVs. It is also interesting to note that both these serials have been directed by K. Balachandar, which makes me wonder it probably could have been his favorite ragam or something. The first one is the title song of Rail Sneham, with music composed by V.S. Narasimhan, in the Veenaikku Theriyadu, set in Sahana. The second one is a more popular title song for the serial Sahana, with music composed by Rajesh Vaidya, The first half of the song sung by Sudha Raghunathan and the second half sung by Balamurali. It starts as Anmavin Ragam Nidane Sahana. Now the first half is set in the Ragam Sahana and the second half is set in Sindhu Bhairavi. Isn't it so apt that the Ragam choices fit the storyline? The title song for a serial called Sahana is set in Sahana, and this is a sequel to a movie called Sindhu Bhairavi. And so the second part is set in Sindhu Bhairavi Raga. Anmavin Ragam Nidana Sahana Adaram Yedarkum Nidana Sahana Pavaye Uru Ragamai Parvaye Undan Bhavamai Vandayandan Kannedire Nidan Yendrum Yennuire Anmavin Ragam Nidana Sahana. It is said that there are 9 ways of serving God, and in that, Sahana denotes the Dashya Bhakti Bhava. However, in movies, there are a variety of movie songs influenced by this ragam, which caters to almost all kinds of moods and emotions. If we look at old songs and classic usage of Sahana ragam, we have Parthen Sirithen from Veera Abhimanyu and Engo Pirandavaram from Bommai. The latter has music composed by Veena Balachandar, which are best examples of the essence of Sahana in its purest classical form. Another old song, which is slightly tuned in a cinematic way but still brings out the essence of Sahana, is a song in Thirumanam that begins Ennamellam Or. The later songs have been slightly adulterated and mixed with other ragams. From the movie Partale Paravasam, we have Alage Sugama, which begins with Sahana, though it seamlessly shifts into Dvijavanti later. And the song Kanna Muchi Yenada from Kandukonden Kandukonden, though it begins with Nata Kurinji, in later parts of the song, it does have usage of Sahana. One other traditional yet hearty way of using the ragam is seen in the song Ruku 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 from the movie Avai Shanmughi, where Kamal Haasan and Sujata lend their voice. A beautiful alabana that is played in the ragam Sahana in Nadaswaram is integrated in the movie Unnal Mudiyum Thambi, where the situation is such that Kamal leaves the house. At that point, he asks his brother, "Enakaga oru paattu vaasika maatingla?" And the brother takes up his instrument and plays an alapana in Sahana. Sahana is also used as virithams in songs in Ragamalikas. Classic examples include Maranathai Enni from the movie Karnan, Ennai Arindai, the second verse is set in Sahana, and the song Kuyil Kuvi, where the third ragam Nilamagal Madiyil in the Ragamalika from the movie Nanal is also set in Sahana. I would like to end on a happy note and sing a fun yet classical song in Sahana, which is Ruku 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 from the movie Avai Shanmughi. Ruku Ruku Ruku, Hare Baba Ruku, Oh my Janu, give me a Ruku. Ruku Ruku Ruku, Hare Baba Ruku, Oh my Janu, give me a Ruku. Ruku Ruku Ruku, Dil mera tadpe tere liye, Dil mera tadpe tere liye, Gussa tera walla रख दे तेरा ऊफू ऊफू रुकू रुकू रुकू. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe and keep listening to good music.